The Antikythera Mechanism. The computer nobody believed. Ancient Greeks could have built divers, pulled a corroded lump of bronze from a Roman-era shipwreck, assumed it was scrap. Decades later, X-ray analysis revealed dozens of precisely interlocking gears inside, a mechanical device sophisticated enough to calculate astronomical positions, predict eclipses, and track the timing of the ancient Olympic Games. Nothing built with comparable complexity would appear again for over 1,000 years. In 1901, Greek sponge divers exploring a Roman-era shipwreck near the small island of Antikythera recovered a corroded, unremarkable-looking lump of bronze and wood among the wreck's broader cargo of statues, pottery, and other genuinely more visually impressive artifacts, an object that initially received relatively little dedicated scientific attention compared to the wreck's more immediately striking recovered treasures, before archaeologist Valerios Stias, examining the recovered material more carefully in 1902, noticed what appeared to be a gear wheel embedded within the corroded material. A detail that, upon further investigation, revealed the object actually contained a considerably more complex internal mechanical structure than its unremarkable external appearance had initially suggested. Subsequent scientific investigation of the object, which came to be known as the Antikythera Mechanism, conducted intermittently over the following decades as imaging and analysis technology gradually improved, revealed an object of genuinely, remarkably sophisticated mechanical complexity containing at least 30 separate bronze gears, some remarkably small and precisely cut, arranged in a genuinely intricate configuration that modern researchers studying the device have determined functioned as a sophisticated mechanical calculator specifically designed to model and predict various astronomical phenomena, including the relative positions of the sun and moon, lunar phases and, based on more recent, considerably more detailed analysis, the specific, complex timing patterns of solar and lunar eclipses. What made the Antikythera Mechanism genuinely, historically remarkable, once its actual internal complexity became fully apparent through subsequent, more advanced imaging analysis, wasn't simply that ancient Greek craftsmen had constructed a sophisticated mechanical device, but the specific, genuinely startling gap this discovery revealed between the device's actual demonstrated technological sophistication and the broader, considerably simpler technological capability historians and archaeologists had previously assumed characterized the ancient Mediterranean world during the device's estimated construction period, generally dated to sometime around the 2nd century BC based on stylistic and archaeological analysis of the broader shipwreck context. The device's specific gear-cutting precision in particular proved genuinely remarkably difficult for modern researchers studying the mechanism to fully reconcile with prevailing historical assumptions regarding ancient Greek metalworking and mechanical engineering capability, since producing gears of the specific size, precision, and consistent tooth spacing the mechanism actually demonstrates would typically be assumed to require considerably more advanced tools and mechanical engineering knowledge than historians had generally believed existed during this specific historical period, a genuine, significant technological gap that has prompted extensive, sustained scholarly investigation, specifically attempting to understand exactly how ancient craftsmen actually achieved this level of precision, using the tools and techniques believed to have been available to them. Modern reconstruction efforts, employing advanced X-ray computed tomography scanning technology developed specifically to examine the mechanism's severely corroded internal structure without requiring any physically destructive disassembly of the fragile, genuinely irreplaceable original artifact, have allowed researchers to develop considerably more complete, detailed understanding of the device's actual full mechanical function over the past several decades, revealing that the mechanism's capabilities extended even further than earlier researchers had initially determined, including evidence suggesting the device also tracked the 4-year cycle of Pan-Hellenic athletic games, including the ancient Olympics, a genuinely unexpected functional detail that further underscored the device's remarkable combined astronomical and broader calendrical sophistication. The specific craftsman or workshop responsible for the Antikythera mechanism's actual construction has never been definitively identified. though researchers studying the device's specific technical and astronomical characteristics have proposed various connections to documented ancient Greek astronomical and mechanical knowledge, including theoretical connections to the broader scientific tradition associated with the astronomer Hipparchus, whose documented astronomical calculations align closely enough with certain specific mechanical functions built into the device that some researchers have proposed a direct, though never definitively proven, connection between his theoretical astronomical work and the mechanism's actual practical mechanical implementation. What makes the Antikythera mechanism's broader historical significance genuinely, particularly striking is the specific, considerable gap in comparable technological sophistication that exists between the device itself and the next known mechanical devices of remotely comparable complexity. Since historians and researchers studying the broader history of mechanical engineering and clockwork technology generally agree that devices demonstrating comparable levels of precise, sophisticated gear-based mechanical complexity don't reappear again in the historical archaeological record until European mechanical clock technology began developing over 1,000 years later, meaning the Antikythera mechanism represents a genuinely isolated, remarkable technological achievement that appears to have had no clearly documented direct technological successor or continued tradition of comparable mechanical sophistication within the ancient or medieval world following its construction. What makes the Antikythera mechanism endure as one of history's most significant and genuinely remarkable archaeological discoveries isn't simply the device's demonstrated technical sophistication itself, extraordinary as that sophistication genuinely remains even by modern engineering assessment standards, but the specific, unresolved historical question its very existence continues to raise: whether this single surviving device represents a genuinely unique, isolated technological achievement never successfully replicated or built upon, or whether it instead represents surviving physical evidence of a considerably broader, ancient tradition of comparable mechanical sophistication that has otherwise been almost entirely lost to history, with only this single remarkable device having survived by genuine historical accident to demonstrate a level of ancient technological capability historians might otherwise have never known to seriously consider at all. If stories like this, where a single surviving object forced historians to fundamentally reconsider what an entire ancient civilization was actually capable of building, are exactly what you come here for, subscribe to The Grave Details, because history holds more stories like this than most people will ever know.